Welcome to the Headley Highlight Show's Headley Headspaces. The Headspace is a series of thoughts and musings I have during the course of the week, and I chew all over them when I share them with you. And this is probably the last one in this series for this evening because I'm just absolutely dog-tired. However, I do need to bring you just a little snippet about something about Keir Starmer and what's happening at the moment with his decision to cut the welfare spending bill. But before I leap into that, I'd like to say thank you to all of my new subscribers to my YouTube channel. I'm aiming to get to 500 by the end of April. I do hope you can help. Please like, retweet and share and press the notifications bell or where it says subscribe, and you can subscribe for this unique content. You can also make a donation at my website, which is denisehedley.com, or you can come to my live show every Friday night on X, 8 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So jumping back to Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer is announcing or has been suggesting that the welfare bill is unsustainable, unfair, and in need of reform. And the way he's going to tackle this is through disability benefits, mainly the reduction probably of PIP, which is personal independence payments. And when I heard this, I just thought to myself, I've got to do a little snippet for the show because I was particularly upset by it and annoyed by it, because it just seems to me that ever since Keir Starmer and his government have come in, he's only focusing on doing things that really harm people who are already on low incomes or in positions of vulnerability. You know I keep going on about it, but there was no rhyme or reason to removing the winter fuel from so many pensioners when you're sending millions and millions of pounds to the Ukraine. You just cannot have the two add up. And this is what I think is happening here with disability benefits. What's happened is this country is so deeply involved in the Ukraine war that they absolutely need to increase defense spending, and they don't have the money to do so. So what are they doing? They're taking more of our hard-earned cash and revenue that we pay in our taxes, and they're handing it in over there. And I just thought his attack on the welfare budget was absolutely grotesque in light of this. We have signed a 100-year deal with the Ukraine where they get $3 billion every year. We don't even get that spent on youth services in this country. How about spending half of that $3 billion or a quarter of that $3 billion, building some proper youth facilities, hiring some proper youth workers and funding that service? And it just galls me when I see all these headlines popping up, him talking, and Rachel Reeves, that other individual who seems to be always in some contention with the truth. She was talking about a bloated welfare state. I think welfare is there to support people who need to get back into work, but sometimes you need to pay it for a long period of time because that's the nature of it. Maybe it takes somebody a long period of time to get a job, and let's face it, the jobs that are available are low paying. So people might be saying, look, I don't want to earn that because I can't afford to pay my rent because they're on universal credit. So it's not just a very binary either or. And in addition to that, isn't that a return to austerity? Didn't Labour come in to end austerity? Weren't they screaming from the opposition benches for 14 years talking about austerity? Well, everything they seem to be doing is, as far as I'm concerned, it's austerity Mark II. I would like to see Mr. Keir Starmer focusing his attention on high income earners. Now we're being told, don't forget, that NHS England is no longer fit for purpose, and he wants to introduce operation factories where the only thing you do is you go there and you have that particular operation. I just think that Keir Starmer is a privatizer by stealth. He stands there in those Clark Kent glasses trying to look genuine when he's absolutely not. He's not interested in the British public. He much prefers being on the world stage. Why? Because that's the place where he can look, as I said a couple weeks ago, Churchillian. What has he got on his domestic agenda? Name me one thing that he's done domestically that's made a difference to your life, the life that, went out a few months ago and ticked a box and put him into Parliament. Oh, sorry, not into Parliament, into number 10. What has he measurably done that you can even point to that's had any impact on your day-to-day? I'll wait. Exactly. Nothing but crickets. His government doesn't appear to have any ideas whatsoever. I mean, even the bastion of cheerleading LBC is starting to question whether or not he's actually got any plans or any ideas or any political ideals of any description. Or is he just a manager? Is he just someone that was promoted from the shop floor to hold the books and never come up with any real ideas about anything that needs to change? He doesn't seem to be doing, what is he actually doing? Apart from running around trying to negotiate a peace for Zelensky because he signed a bum deal with that crook. Calm down, Denise. It's only a commercial. Anyway, that's my 2 pence on Keir Starmer, the granny harmer, who this week is now telling us he's going to attack welfare benefits whilst giving more money to that Ukraine deal, of course. Didn't you see a week ago Rachel Reeves gave them another 1.5 billion? They're just handing them money like it's confetti, but we can't get anything locally. We can't even get a little church hall for the young people to go and do whatever they got to do without having to pay through the nose for that. But yet they can get billions and billions. Anyway, look, this is going on. I'm turning it into a moan fest. But that's the long and short of it. I think Keir Starmer is trying to return to austerity, but not call it austerity. He's calling it we need to increase defense spending because of the threat of, Russia or the Red Peril or whoever it is. But effectively, nothing's going into public services. And it has nothing to do with the fact that they may have already in very early stages mismanaged the economy. Because let's not forget, Rachel Reeves' growth figures had to be revised down. The OECD told her that in advance and she didn't take any advantage of that. And don't forget about the amazingly huge black hole that was present, that was so important, that was handed to them from the Conservatives, but they still found money out of that black hole to dig out and give to the Ukraine and not the pensioners. Anyway, that's my 2 pence on it. Keir Starmer is an absolute granny harmer and will take the pennies out of your grandmother's eyes and hand them over to Kiev. And cut! Don't forget to donate and join my YouTube channel at DeniseHeadley.com. Good night, see you next week.